Hey there guys! Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays! You know, since it's Christmas, I've been thinking a lot, like, what should I watch? Since it's Christmas, I should watch something that fits the mood, something that just feels right, you know? Something I can watch with other people so they still feel included even if they don't like anime or not. Something fun to watch, something very enjoyable, something you can get into. So I thought to myself, why not make a list? My top 12 suggested anime to watch during Christmas. Now, I do want to say that these are suggestions, so they're not my top 10 list, okay? They're not a top 10, they're just me suggesting. They're all like on par with each one. I think they're on par. And also, not all of these are going to be Christmas related, okay? All of these are just going to fit the time of the Christmas season, okay? Of being together, friends, stuff like that. So, if you see something in there that's not Christmas related, it's because of that, alright? Now on to the video! I messed up my hair.
Video guidelines. Number 1. This list isn't a top 10. I think all of these are worth watching on Christmas. Number 2. A good amount of these anime aren't Christmas related. I'm picking these shows based off of these guidelines. It should be heartwarming, it should be fun to watch, and it should have some emotional feels to it. Number 3. This list is all opinionated. These are what I recommend to people. So a show that you may like may not be on this list, or there might be one that you don't agree with. And that's okay, because this is my list. If you think something should be put on the list, then put it down there in the comments. I'd like to hear. Number 4. All shows/movies can be watched in various legal ways, from buying DVDs to watching them on legal streaming websites.
So, let's begin.
So for the 3 of you guys who haven't heard of Lucky Star, it's a show that follows 4 friends and their silly adventures. It's kind of like Azumanga Daioh if Azumanga Daioh was about anime references and culture. Yeah, that sounds about right. There is a Christmas episode, but honestly, this whole show is just a blast to watch. Just turn this show on in the background while opening presents and enjoy the jokes while hanging out with friends and family. I'd like to talk more about this show, honestly, but it's so everywhere that I wouldn't know where to start. It's honestly a topic for a different video. But for this one, I can say that Lucky Star is a super silly show that's a treat to watch, especially when others are around to enjoy it with you. So you may be thinking to yourself,
so Christmas is Jesus' birthday. Why is the devil on this list?
well, Mr. and or Mrs. Viewer, it's because the devil is a p***y. In this show, the devil is from a different world called Anti-Isla, where he ran away from a giant battle he was having with a great knight. But when teleporting himself away, his magic brought him to present-day Japan, where magic does not exist. So, for the time being, he's stuck in our world working for Midgar Ronalds. Now, for why I put this show on the list? Well, it's mostly because it's a very upbeat show. It shows the best in people, be them demons or heroes. Anyone can be a huge help with things as ordinary as being polite at a fast food restaurant to saving people from an evil presence. All the devil cares about in this show is making a good living while making his friends happy. And isn't that what just Christmas is all about? Trying to make their day even better, even in the smallest way. Because of that, Mr. and or Mrs. Viewer, is why I put The Devil is a Part-Timer on this list. So Good Luck Girl in a lot of ways is a lot like Lucky Star, but this show actually has a small amount of plot. So the main character Ichiko has the unknowing ability to steal other people's luck, or as they put it in the show, happiness energy. So to fix this, the gods above send a poverty god named Momoji, who hates Ichiko for reasons. So after meeting Momoji, you'd think Ichiko would agree to fix this. But no, she's so spoiled that she doesn't care about anyone else but her butler and friend, Suwano. But when being around her actually starts to affect him to the point of almost dying, Ichiko decides to let him live his own life the way he wants. That would make you think that, she'd become a better person and, care for others and decide, you know what, I'll get rid of these powers. But no, she doesn't change at all. She acts the same and tries to do whatever she wants and go after what she wants without a care in the world. But this show does fit for this time of year though, because she might be a spoiled brat, but she does know right from wrong and helps others in need. She does become a good person as time goes on and finds out that being a loner isn't the way to live. Having friends brightens your life and makes every day an adventure. She's kind of a Scrooge type character. I mean, in a silly anime type of way. At least that's what I think anyway. But this anime does show that there is good even in the worst of people. So I've been wanting to talk about Gurren Lagann, even if it's just a little bit in a little video. It's one of those shows that makes you just feel like you can do anything and everything. It's a very motivating show that's super over the top and amazing. It shows that even the smallest thing can overcome the biggest if they just try and never give up. The super crazy fights, the tear-jerking feels, the animation, and the message it presents to you about friendship is just so... Oh, yes! You just have to watch it to get it. Also, if you're thinking that I'm bringing up friendship a lot, well, get used to it. It's because that's a huge part of Christmas that I love, being there with friends. So I'm going to pick a lot of shows out of here that have to do with friendship, and Gurren Lagann is one of the best shows to show you guys, I guess. I suggest watching the last 3 episodes or watching the movie The Lights in the Sky Are Stars. It's an experience, I promise. Also, if you haven't watched the show, then just watch all of it. It's great, and that's all I've got to say. Go! Do it! Yes! Look, I know I'm bringing up Heaven's Lost Property, and it may be weird, but it definitely fits the Christmas season. Look, it is a great show that'll make most people laugh if you have a dirty, type of sense of humor, or it's just a good watch altogether. Heaven's Lost Property is an anime I didn't want to watch at first. I figured it was just a fan service anime, but I was wrong. Well, I mean, there is fan service, but that's not the point. It's about Tomoki, a ridiculous pervert who's really a nice guy at heart. But one night, a strange girl with wings named Icarus falls from the sky and starts to call Tomoki her master, and starts serving him and helping him out with his crazy perverted plans. Although throughout this series, there are a lot of perverted things that he does, but there are those moments you really can relate to him. And there's no better time than the Christmas episode in Season 1. I won't spoil anything, but at times it's hard to watch because of how harsh it can be. But the ending it leads up to is just so heartwarming. I love this show, and I freaking love this episode. Now, not everyone likes anime, it's a cruel fact, but there are ways to make people watch them without them saying no. I suggest watching movies from the Big Four. Everybody has to have seen them as kids, and to this day they probably have a special spot in their heart for them. I highly suggest the Broly movies for Dragon Ball Z, Naruto Shippuden, Road to Ninja, Bleach Fade to Black, One Piece Strong World, and Digimon the movie. I know Digimon isn't one of the Big Four, but I still wanted to put Digimon on this list somewhere. It's great, and everyone should watch it. And the other movies too. It's just a great time to be had, I swear. These movies are fantastic, and you can pick whatever you want. I'm just saying, Digimon the movies, yes. It's great, yes. So I was trying to figure out a way to put Cowboy Bebop on this list, but I couldn't. So I'm just going to put it on here anyway, because it's a classic, and classics should be watched on Christmas. Especially the Cowboy Bebop movie, trust me. Cowboy Bebop, it's perfect for this time of year. It's super silly, over the top, I love it, it's great. So I've talked about BAKA and Test before in my top 10 anime list, so I'm not going to repeat myself, but I will say something different this time around. Like Gurren Lagann, it's very much about being there for your friends, but in a more silly romantic comedy type of way. I highly recommend it to anyone who wants a good laugh. There's about 24 episodes and 2 long OVA episodes. But I picked this because the cast of characters are very different in the way they act, but the main thing they have in common is that they are there for their friends and will always be there to back them up. From the littlest thing to help them out with lunch to keeping a friend from going back to a different school. BAKA and Test is a great time to be had, and it's on Netflix, so go. cue it up while you're watching this video. Good? Yes. Okay, so while you're doing that, I'll just continue the show. Thank you.
Well, hey there, are you one of those people who hates Christmas and all the joy it brings? Well, do I have a show for you. Guilty Crown, a show about a 17-year-old boy who must save the Earth. But all the bad and evil stuff that go after him started on a day known as Lost Christmas. So for all of you that hate Christmas, enjoy all the terrible stuff that happens to people and characters because of a day called Lost Christmas.
No, but seriously, Guilty Crown is really good. And I think a dark story that all happened around a day called Lost Christmas sounds kinda nice. It really has nothing to do with Christmas, but I remember the show and all about Lost Christmas, and I thought, hey, why not? There are a good amount of cliches at first, but the show has a lot of great moments of pretty much every type of emotion someone can feel. Also, this was the show that made me think about doing this video more or less. But the idea of doing a dark-themed Christmas video was kind of weird for me, so I was like, why not? Suggestion video. So, if you like this video, you can thank it all to Guilty Crown. Yeah. Ninja nonsense is so good. Well, at least if you like dirty humor. This episode is no exception. Shinobu doesn't know the meaning of Christmas, so Kaede does her best to show it to her. But Sakamaru hates the idea of, a sausage fest. His words, not mine. More or less. So through this short episode, the ninjas are shown a great time in the values of Christmas and friendship. At least, I'm pretty sure. I'm writing this part off of memory, so I could totally be wrong. Either way, it's Christmas, and I thought it would count. So yeah, it works. Probably. On to the next. So you know those Christmas romantic comedies that do their best to make you laugh and cry, but all they really do is make you feel awkward after watching it? Well, Toradora's Christmas episode isn't that. It's a wonderful episode to show you the lengths some will do for the people they care about, as well as realize the feelings that they really have for each other. Where there were two acquaintances, a true friendship was created, and maybe even something more. Toradora is so good, and if you want a really good review for it, watch Arcada's review for it. But you've probably already seen it because he's, Arcada, so you probably know I'm telling the truth. So, perfect for Christmas, especially if you're spending it with your girlfriend if she likes anime. So Guilty Crown may have been the idea that sparked this video, but Tokyo Godfathers is the movie I knew I had to have on here. I heard of Tokyo Godfathers from a friend some time ago. He told me to watch it since I loved the Christmas season, and wow, this movie is just so good. Normally, I'm a very nice guy and I don't want to say anything bad about anything people put work into most of the time, so I always say, hey, it's good. But this movie is wonderful. I replayed this movie over and over and over again. It's a very different take on, like, a normal Christmas movie. The animation is wonderful, the writing is wonderful, the characters are, although sometimes annoying, wonderful. What I'm trying to get at is this movie is wonderful. If you really want a new Christmas movie to watch with others, definitely go for this one. It is a classic. At least it should be.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I super appreciate it. You guys have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and whatnot. Now for me, I've got to start making room in my collection because I got myself a lot of anime. So, yeah, see you guys in the next video. Alright, so I'm going to have to move this over.
Thanks again so much for watching, guys. Here are the anime that I recommend that may or may not have anything to do with the video that I just did. If you want to watch in my last video, click the link at the top left. If you want to subscribe, do top right. I am extremely tired. It is 1:55 in the morning when I'm recording this on Christmas Day. I want to go to bed. So, see you guys. You have a great Christmas and happy holidays and whatnot. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again.
Did you say Christmas? What? Kiss your ass?
Well,